Yo, it's your boy Straight Cash, coming to you guys today with another video of those three flamers, WNBA edition, DraftKings and FanDuel. Hey man, I didn't come to you guys for the one game slate, man. That's because I ain't really play. I don't really indulge in the one game slates in any sport, man. Sometimes I take a chance if I think the game is going to be a good one. And I didn't think that game was going to be a good one. I mean, it was a good game, but I don't think it was a good game for. When I say good, I think a good for fantasy purposes, and it wasn't a good game for fantasy purposes, man. With that being said, man, as always, comment, like, subscribe, share this video, as we continue to grow the Cash fam. And follow your boy on Twitter at Chester_native. And with that being said, let's get into it, man. Sammy Wickham. Definitely been doing her thing, man. Shorty's been balling. She's about a fantasy point per minute player. She's been in 3 perfect lineups this season so far. And if you look at the DVP, man, that guard position, man, against Las Vegas, they do what they want to do. So I don't think that it should stop here because she's playing. I really think that she's a go. If you look where she's gotten minutes, what she's done, she's been a fantasy point per minute or over a fantasy point per minute. Now I know that if you look at these numbers and these other numbers look concerning, but they're not. If you look at the minutes she was getting at that point, you'll see why her production wasn't, where we were thinking it would need to be. With that being said, Miss Sammy Wickham, lock her in. Next up, Miss Courtney Williams, man. Miss Courtney Williams, as you can see, is about a fantasy point per minute player. Maybe a little bit under. But with that being said, I still think that she should have a good game, and she should be able to get you that 24, maybe a little bit higher than that 24. The DVP versus Atlanta for the guard position is about the same. Guards seem to do what they want. So if you look now, man, and then you look, she's been getting the minutes every day. All the time. So it's like, she's about a fantasy point per minute, maybe a little under. I think she should be able to get you that 24, like I said, maybe a little higher. With that being said, lock her in, forget about it. Next up, Miss Jessica Breland, man. She's over a fantasy point per minute player on a regular. She's been in 2 perfect lineups. And then if you look at that center/forward position for against Connecticut, they pretty much do what they want, man. If you look at her number, she's over a fantasy point per minute player against Connecticut, always has been, and she even been in 1 perfect lineup this season against them. So lock her in and forget about it. Now let's move into our our FanDuel picks, because I have people to play FanDuel. And I don't want them to be like, hey, you left us out. Nah, I didn't leave you guys out. I'm getting to it right now. Alright. Here is where I like Miss Jonquel Jones. I like Miss, where is she at? Miss Jasmine Thomas. Is she a point guard? She's a guard. Miss Jasmine Thomas. And I like. Alright, here's my 3 for FanDuel. As you can see, like I said, it's different price ranges, so I like different things. Miss Jessica Thomas, man. Miss Jasmine Thomas. Miss Jasmine Thomas has been about a fantasy point per minute player. She's been in 2 perfect lineups this season. With that being said, you look at that DVP versus versus the guard in Atlanta. They pretty much do what they want. They get about a fantasy point per minute almost, and they're all mostly all in the green. If you look at Miss Jasmine Thomas, I don't know why I want to keep calling her Jessica. She gets you she's good for that 20, maybe up to a 33 sometimes. She could be either a fantasy point per minute, a little bit under a fantasy point per minute, or over a fantasy point per minute player. But she's definitely who I like on here today on FanDuel. Next up, Miss Jacquel Jones. I love this play today, probably on both sites. So if you feel like you want to get her in on the other site, definitely get her in. She's over a fantasy point per minute player against this Atlanta team, and always has been. She's probably about a fantasy point per minute or over, period. So with that being said, and if you look at that DVP, they do center/forward position pretty much does what it wants against Atlanta. So with that being said, lock her in. And next up, Miss Emma Messiman. I'm not sure how to say it. She was the sleeper last time. A lot more people had her than I thought was gonna have her. But if you look at that DVP versus Indiana, it's definitely a thing, man. They pretty much do what they want to do. And if you look at her, she's she's over a fantasy point per minute. And I figure while we're getting her at this price, every slate that she's on, lock her in. Both sites. Every slate that she's on, lock her in. I just like her more over here because of the price tag. If you can afford her over on DraftKings, lock her in there too. But with that being said, man, those are the picks. That's the video. I know I'm going quick, but I got my son, and he's got my glasses right now. I'm trying to, catch him before he breaks them, and it's the only thing keeping him quiet. But with that being said, man, take something out, put something in, use your optimizer. My optimizer is LineStar app. And man, yo, let's get this money. Hopefully I see you guys in the green. And, it's your boy Straight Cash signing out once again. Let's get this money. Keep cashing, DFS.